What's up, guys? I'm joined by Giggles. Wait, no, Emily, aka Giggles, and a couple other friends from Jiu-Jitsu. How did you get your nickname, Giggles?
I take myself very seriously.
Okay.
I giggle throughout all my roles all the time and everything else.
Yes. That's why Giggles shows up in full suit, because she's lighthearted. All right, real topic. What do you guys think? What do you guys like to do to get through hard times?
Jiu-Jitsu. What do you think of Jiu-Jitsu? Because it doesn't matter if you have good things going on in life or bad things going on in life, you kind of get Jiu-Jitsu, break shit down to the realest point and let you realize maybe the shit that you're going through that's bad isn't really all that bad.
Jiu-Jitsu always makes it better?
I think so. It gives you a perspective to look at the world from a different point of view or someone's perspective. Just by coming here, I think you're either gonna get your ass kicked or not. In here every day. So if good shit's going on or bad shit's going on, it'll help you get through all of that and not let your ego get too high. If you're riding the wave of the good shit.
Nice.
Emily?
Oh, you go next.
Well, I'll just kind of expand a little bit on Dale's thing. Yeah, it's definitely nice to come to Jiu-Jitsu, but I kind of think of it as a really good reset button. You reset to the factory control settings, everything's rebooting. Whether or not you have good stuff going on, bad stuff going on. After you get that endorphin dump or whatever chemical it is in our brain after working out, you're always that 5-minute changing in the locker room, going back out to your car and starting to drive home. Everything is always a little bit more clearer. And then you can kind of take a look at if something's bothering you or if you're excited about something, you can kind of look at it in perspective, with a step back, in a more calmer mindset, whether or not you're excited about it or you're kind of dreading it. It's just kind of that's what I like to say is you're doing the reset factory settings and you can kind of just take a step back for a minute.
So I think it's safe to say we've all found a sick outlet in Jiu-Jitsu, and it helps us cope with life and stuff. What did you guys do before Jiu-Jitsu, or what would you give to someone? What advice do you give to someone that's never found out about this yet?
I don't know. Before Jiu-Jitsu, I don't think I had a way of expressing myself in an outlet. Especially being me, I have my own father.
So if you went through a hard time before you found Jiu-Jitsu, what would you?
Anger outbursts, probably shit that's caused traumatic experiences for other people. Probably had to witness it.
Maybe a more unhealthy.
Yeah, definitely unhealthy ways of letting out your emotions. I think it causes you to have to let them out in some way out here, because what do they say? Anger's for me, anger. I think anger is a secondary emotion, so it allows me to. I probably feel in some other type of way that is mirrored by anger to not actually reflect something that I'm actually going through. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Giggles, no skipping.
Oh, question.
What'd you do before Jiu-Jitsu?
Spent a lot of time outside, out in the middle of nowhere.
What were you doing out there?
Walking.
Just walking, hiking?
Yeah.
Nice.
Spend time with the trees.
That's cool. I could see mountain climbing for some reason, Bouldering.
Have not done that.
We don't have a lot of those around these parts.
Okay.
The Boulder Mount
Yeah.
Trashmore.
Yeah, no kidding. Me, I kind of very similar to Dale, very athletic upbringing. Did a little bit of everything for X amount of time. And then once you kind of get out of high school, college type of thing, there's not really those outlets, because athletics, working out and stuff like that very much is part of somebody's personality. It's who you are. And as soon as you graduate high school, if you're fortunate enough to do that throughout college, when you're done with college, that is just completely pulled out from underneath you. You can go and lift weights in the gym. You can run on the treadmill. You can have goals I want to get shredded. I want to have a six-pack. I want to be able to run a sub 5-minute mile, what have you. But none of those are really going to compensate for a lot of the things that are a part of our personality, like being in the gym, camaraderie, basically a sorority and fraternity amongst teammates. You're going out, you have a goal. I want to compete this X amount of times. I want to get better this X amount. But we're all hanging out with each other. We're all having a good time. There's that real sense of team. After I found Jiu-Jitsu, I did everything. I did triathlons. I even did as much as like a half Ironman. And then I figured out those were way too long to do that. And then I kind of had like a big.
Did you accomplish those?
I did a half Ironman. I finished.
Nice.
Basically, the goal is to get across the finish line,
Nice.
not dead. Did that, but
Have you ever felt like you accomplished your goal and then it wasn't?
in those other things, yeah.
I can piggyback off that. That's
Yeah.
I think that's why I like jiu-jitsu. Like,
Yeah.
maybe it's something like that, where like a triathlon or the gym. That's something that you could really do with like one-on-one training, and you can get like that self-validation. And I think we all need to do better at doing that and giving ourselves like self-validation and being proud of
Absolutely.
ourselves.
Yep.
But we're humans, right? So we all want validation from other people. Jiu-jitsu still, I think jiu-jitsu allows you to do both, and I like it for that aspect because like training with you guys or training with anybody, like going to tournaments and doing all that, I get more nervous to watch every teammate compete than I do for myself because I also train with them. I know what your guys' goals are. I know that you guys want to stand on the top of the podium. So seeing you guys go out there and do that, knowing that I helped you train and that you get like you're doing that, that provides that validation that I need there to realize that I'm helping somebody else. And then when I get to the top of the podium, like, oh fuck yeah, I did it. I showed up to the gym every day. I worked my ass off. I rolled. I trained technique, and I did it as well. But then you guys are also benefiting from that, and I'm getting that sense of validation from you guys because you guys are in my corner, fucking screaming probably louder than anybody else. Like,
Yeah, it's all that team.
it
It just
allows you to
feeds
have a
in,
team
yeah.
camaraderie while also giving the self accomplishment that we don't see anymore, especially in the team aspect.
Yeah, it seems like coming to a team like gives us help with like accountability and also like keeping our spirits up whenever they're kind of down. What do you think you would do now that you know what you know if you didn't have a support group like the team you have in jiu-jitsu and stuff?
One of the biggest things I try to have in my family, and my family's small, so I don't really have it. I think it's my wife and my immediate, but I think it's just based on what you were saying, having the camaraderie. Like, if I had never competed again, I'd still have to come to the gym just to have people to talk to. Like, in today's world, I think everybody wants the immediate gratification so they can go at home and sit and be by themselves. I'm a person and a personality that doesn't want that. I need to have a conversation with somebody new every day or somebody different to get some kind of satisfaction. I don't want to sit in my house and not see anybody. I want to be out with people, be out with the world, because the way it's going now, because we are like this, the world's shit.
Yeah.
So I'd rather talk to people, hear your stories, hear what you're like. That way I don't hate you.
It almost kind of seems like 2020 split a lot of people up that didn't intend on splitting up, you know?
Yeah.
So like, I guess this is a time of history when like people are trying to come back together, but then like wars are starting and all this stuff is going on in conflict between groups of people. But you're right, like jiu-jitsu is kind of like a safe haven from the outside stuff that's going on.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, say you come to one class every day, or one class a week or whatever. It'd be classes an hour and a half long. When you're at jiu-jitsu, like, what are you guys thinking about during jiu-jitsu when you're rolling? Most of it is, please don't fucking wrist lock my wrist, don't ankle lock me, and don't break my neck. I'm not worried about my bills or the outside world at that moment, or the media, what they're portraying, or who's doing this, or the upcoming election, or about how expensive gas or groceries are. I don't want to go unconscious. You know, like, that's why I like jiu-jitsu. I get to escape for an hour to an hour and a half without having to do a drug or take a drink.
Giggles?
Anything on top of that?
No, I mean, yeah, it's just what would I be doing without jiu-jitsu? It would probably honestly be bouncing between like the next like meaningless like Tuesday, Thursday beer softball league, what have you. Something where you can get some kind of like friendship type like association with or what have you, but something that's not like fulfilling. Like here, I've been able to accomplish most of my goals. Sometimes I've even been able to accomplish them a couple times. And it's before and after meeting John Gutta, Claire North, and even those ones who aren't around us anymore, a lot of people that you aren't aware of or who have met, like Jared Vevera, Jace Vevera, Dane, who else? Jim Kelly, Matt Layton, all these guys in our team who are just kind of out doing their own thing now, where it's like I'm so appreciative that I've met all of them, and they have all played some part of me like reaching those goals, something I will never forget. Like, it's just there is nothing I can be doing somewhere else that would be giving me this.
Nice.
It's irreplaceable.
True.
Yeah, I agree. I just agree. I guess I don't want to elaborate more. I just agree.
Yeah, countless people have helped out in my jiu-jitsu for sure too. And like before this, for me, I was like kind of like you. I had like a lot of unhealthy outlets, and I would try to like grow community by going to Margarita on Tuesdays or whatever, and it never felt like I was fulfilling myself and finding whatever type of potential that I kind of knew that I had in the back of my mind. So I feel like I can relate to a lot of you guys. I want to dive into a little bit more about your walks. Were they like meditating walks, or were you like, do you have stuff to sort out?
She's looking for treasure.
I just really like being outside in nature, and if I was going through something, just being out there alone would help me think through things well, and just the peacefulness and the quiet and no distractions or overstimulation.
You lived other places too, not just Iowa, right? Like, I'm sure they probably had a couple better nature scenes than Cedar Rapids.
That's true.
Yeah, where else did you live?
Minnesota
Right.
and Texas, but that was it. So,
Gotcha.
yeah, Minnesota's beautiful with all the trees and lakes and everything, and a lot more trees than Iowa, and a lot fewer cornfields, which was great. And
Is there hiking in Iowa, or is it mostly just cornfield?
Little to none, yeah.
Hiking cornfield?
Yeah.
Something that's maybe not man built. I feel like besides the Palisades.
Right, yeah.
Trash board's man built, isn't it?
The river in town's man built?
No.
Trash board.
Okay.
Mount Trashmore, it's literally a pile of trash.
Yeah. Solid.
Yeah.
Do you want to add anything? This could be whatever.
This has been great. It's been great having you. You've been
Thanks.
a very massive influence on our gym in such a very short amount of time. You brought in very new, clear prospects and everything like that. And I don't want to put words in other people's mouths, but I feel pretty confident in saying that they would say the same things that I am. Just having you in the gym, Chase, it's been awesome. It's been very great. On top of the high-level jiu-jitsu, you have somebody who can help out in several different ways. Very approachable, very friendly. And then the jiu-jitsu is just a bonus. It's very awesome having you here.
Appreciate
Yeah,
that, dude.
and I know I'm not the only one who would say that.
Us.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with him wholeheartedly. Since the day you walked in the gym, I think I was here on your first day actually. It was a gi class, walked in with John, and you got right to work. Talked about moves you were working on. We talked about California, talked about your dad doing down here, all of it. And then you jumped right into helping everybody, whether it be a white belt, brown belt, blue belt, even some black belts. They're not afraid to approach you to ask a question on something that they've seen you do. And then it's just conversations that I think you bring. I think you and I have had conversations like this already, whether it's me trauma dumping after a roll for some reason, or just you asking a question that makes my brain go, oh, okay, I haven't thought of it. Like, let me think about this for a second, and I want to give you an answer that's like in depth for some reason. You make me want to talk. I don't know why, and I appreciate that. The jiu-jitsu is just a bonus. Yeah. It's cool to know you.
Thanks,
Jiu-jitsu is
guys.
extra.
I was not expecting to hear that, but
Surprise.
I felt like super welcomed by everybody here, and it's not like, I don't know how to say it. It's not surprising me anymore, because I've gone to travel to like numerous gyms now, and obviously there's some angst and there's some like hierarchical type of stuff that goes on in a jiu-jitsu fighting gym, but at the same time, like every gym has such a good just like core philosophy. Just like everybody is in here to like improve themselves, and so like everybody can kind of see an outsider like me coming in and kind of like take pity almost, but like just relate to like being the new guy. And I've like went from like welcoming people into my gym or like the place that I consider my gym to like being the new guy a bunch of different times. So when you play like both sides of the coin, it's easier, I guess, to just be nicer to people. But like it's more surprising when like this is your home and then some stranger comes in here and then you guys are like so nice to people. It's really cool to see.
Midwest nice, bro.
Yeah.
But it needs to change, man. You shouldn't have to
Shouldn't
worry
be
about
that.
trusting a stranger. You used to not have to, like now you do. But if you don't talk to people that come into your gym, whether it's a new student who's fresh to jiu-jitsu or somebody who's a brown belt like you when you came in, you're not gonna have training partners because I'm not gonna stick around with somewhere that's not gonna talk to me.
Dang.
So talk to the new students.
That's freaking powerful, dude. Cause that's actually like when I picked Atos, that's why I picked it. Cause like I went to these other gyms and like the 5-time world champions like didn't even notice that I existed. And then I went to Atos and Andre was like, "Yo, I'm Andre. Who are you?" You know, introduced himself and then was like very relatable. And so it helps you, I don't know, feel like a part of something.
Right. Absolutely. Feel seen, not just another body, but you are a person.
That's like I think that's like going forward with like technology advancing, AI's coming into play, and we're gonna be less and less like in reality. I feel like that's what we're all yearning for.
Right.
Big time. More giggles.
She's just giggling, bro.
Anything else or?
No.
Yeah.
You guys can leave whenever you want. I appreciate all your
Is
time
this
today.
your first IBJJF? Are you nervous, excited? What's your mind going like? We're a week out. How's your head?
Yes, all of it.
All of it? You'll be alright. You'll be good.
Do you feel like you're stoked that you did the in-house tournament that like kind of segues into this?
Yeah, that was a good time. That was fun.
Nice. You did pretty well, right? Nice. Yeah, it's just like that.
She'll be good. Hey, look, we'll stop making you talk to us.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Yep.